Okay, so let's start with positives. Gary Gensler in trouble, and if this guy is in trouble, it's good for every single crypto holder out there. Obviously, he's not very crypto friendly, and if this guy is going to get fired, that's going to be amazing. And on the top of that, European Central Bank cuts interest rates by 0.25%. That is a bullish thing. And now guys, something that you have seen in the thumbnail. So even though the Casplex mainnet launch hasn't started, many developers and projects have been building on Casplex. Guess what? Integration with centralized exchange and mining pools is already in progress. So guys, I would like to point out the fact that Kaspa's ecosystem is constantly growing. So we've got Explorer support on KRC20 as you guys see, and on the top of that we've got, well, quite handful of meme coins, and we've got 41 plus different types of projects that are being constantly built on Kaspa. Guys, this is very juicy for the future, okay? This is not financial advice. Of course, I'm not letting you know that you should buy these meme coins and you're going to become a millionaire, because I don't know if you will, but if everything is going to go according with the plan, you potentially could become a millionaire. And now quick shout out to Mr. Miko Genot. So he's predicting that anytime soon, like now, we basically get 27 cents for Kaspa. In 1 year, Kaspa is going to reach $1, 2 years $2.44, 3 years $5.29, 4 years $10, and 5 years $17. So, well, according to Power Law, that's definitely doable. However, I would like to point out that if we are going to see more listings from these big exchanges from America, we could see major pumps, and of course this cycle is going to positively impact price of Kaspa. That is still a bullish price action long term for Kaspa. So in my opinion, this is one of the safest investments in crypto, well, besides Bitcoin, of course. So now guys, let's have a look at what is going on with BTC. So if we are going to look at stochastic RSI, that is going sideways on 4 hourly, and this doesn't necessarily tells us too much. Yes, we do have uptrend for BTC. That's obviously great, and potentially BTC could be building some ascending triangle or whatever. However, I would like to look at the daily time frame, guys, and as you can see, BTC is basically, well, BTC's price action is reaching this level of resistance of $58,000, and it's being rejected at the moment. Stochastic RSI is basically showing us that, well, price might gonna pull back towards the downside. So scenario number one could be a couple of waves in that area and then the pullback, or scenario number two, instant pullback towards the downside. And why do I give you these two scenarios? Well, I'm giving these two scenarios in here because on 24 hourly heat map on Binance, where liquidity is the biggest, I believe, we can see that the price can trade sideways. So now, what is my opinion? We do have significant amount of liquidity of around 26 mil, almost 27, and in this zone we've got 26 and we've got 21 in here. So if I would be market maker, I would push the price towards the downside, grab this liquidity. People, retail investors that are most of the times wrong, would see price going down like crazy because they're always late, right? Then probably they would bet shorts. Liquidity is going to be around this area above the current trading price, obviously, and above this price if price of BTC is going to drop, which is, by the way, going to coincide with this. And then more liquidity is going to be built in here because people are going to put their stop losses. So then once we are going to see price going towards the downside and then pump towards the upside for BTC. So first a little bit of a dip and then a pump. Of course, I don't know, guys. I'm not a wizard, but this is definitely in cards. We have to remember that market is going towards liquidity. And now, actually, let's have a look at Kaspa and what is going on with Kaspa, and of course, how this scenario is going to impact the price of Kaspa. So Kaspa is basically at very similar scenario in here, guys. Stochastic RSI is basically reaching, well, already reached this overheated zone, hashtag red, and the price potentially can dip towards the downside. So the first technical level of support is this mid-range of this channel, and if price of Kaspa is going to dip, and in my opinion it will, that will be 3%. 3%, if you guys are obviously scalping, that could be a good thing. But let me zoom it out a little bit and let's actually have a look level of resistance with more confirmations. I would say that the first one is going to be roughly in here on a daily time frame. Let me actually do number 2 so it's a little bit more visible. And then the next one, if that is going to drop, depending on how big BTC is going to drop, if it will, then it's going to be probably well, roughly in that area of 15 cents. So could Kaspa again dip to 15 cents, let's say maximum in my opinion, and then build up momentum towards the upside? Heck, that's something that we are going to have to wait to see, guys. And I'm reminding everybody that I'm not trading daily, at least not for now, so please don't treat this as a financial advice. Now, let's have a look at the dashboard, right? So we've got the current reward that is 87 at the moment. The next one is going to be 82. Next reduction is scheduled in 21 days, and we are sitting at 85, well, almost 86% mined, and hash rate is sitting at 105 exahash per second, and all-time highs are sitting at 1.13 exahash per second. Kaspa reclaimed number 22 in terms of ranking and is currently sitting at 4.1 billion USD. So if it comes to market cap, we do see, you know, the growth. That's great. And now everything that I basically showed to you was a short term. Let's have a look at some long-term picture. So this is a 3-weekly chart made by Mr. Mickey Bull Crypto. Anyways, he's saying that BTC is going to reach the first target of 112k this year, and history has indeed prevailed. In 2016 and 2020 Q4, post-halving witnessed the beginning of a parabolic rally to a cycle top. So if BTC is going to reach this, well, a rainbow, I would say, is going to be around, let's say, 200k, but then first we are going to see 100. And also, guys, look at global liquidity. Obviously, global liquidity is going to increase sooner rather than later. Shout out to Mr. Titan, and he's letting us know that this end of the year could surprise many. It feels reminiscent of the end of 2022, when recession was in every mouth and trending on X. Back then, many anticipated 9,000 BTC or lower for BTC, but it bottomed. So of course we know that cap and handle is a bullish pattern, guys, and this is something that we should remember about, because that cap and handle is being built for a very, very long time, and once it's going to break towards the upside, it's going to be too late for normies. But anyways, another chart, guys, for altcoins. This is total crypto market cap, that is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, on a 3-weekly chart. So altcoins on a better perspective of the incoming expansion phase. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And if it's going to rhyme with what happened in 2020 Q4 last cycle, we could see that expansion phase at 1.2 Fibonacci extension zone. So guys, that will be amazing. And also, if you're going to look at others dominance, that is also going to coincide with this. So we've got the first leg, then proper dump, and then proper pump. And if that is going to repeat, of course, the first leg, then we've got downward momentum, the dump, and then the pump. Well, let's see, guys. And Mr. Prof is pointing out that altcoins have been in a descending broadening wedge for 6 months, and an upward breakout should only be a matter of time. So we've got descending broadening wedge in here, ladies and gents. So this is what is happening at the moment. That actually played in here already, just more macro outlook, then the first leg up, and now this is what is happening, descending broadening wedge. So, well, in my opinion, this is going to break out sooner rather than later. And also on the top of that, Bitcoin hash ribbon flashed a buy signal. Historically, this has been one of the most reliable indicators for Bitcoin. Every time we've seen this signal, it's often followed by a massive pump in BTC. So we've got a buy signal, and guys, everything is pointing out towards one direction, in my opinion. And now Mr. Quantin is also pointing this out. This is something that I don't show on the channel that often, but that's also important to actually see of where we are in the cycle, basically. So we are in this zone, blue. And what is blue telling us? Blue is telling us a fire sale, meaning that this is not going to last forever, just like it didn't last forever in here, guys, and just like it didn't last forever in this zone. So in my opinion, of course, this is the best time to accumulate. Definitely not when BTC is going to be at 120k or whatever, and Kaspa will be at who knows what price. So this is what happened in the last cycle. When whales were accumulating in 2020, BTC was hovering around previous all-time highs, just like it's hovering at the moment in this cycle 2024. It's hovering around previous all-time highs, and this is how whales are accumulating. But, well, retail investors are not really interested. They will be interested when mainstream media is going to be letting them know to buy when it's going to be too late. And on the top of that, BTC went to $74,000 during the fastest rate hike and tightening in history. And now central banks are starting to cut interest rates again. So guys, what do you think is going to happen? Again, This is what I mean when I'm telling you that everything is lining up. And also, if we are going to look at this, and this is what happened when Bitcoin left this pre-bull market phase. So we had a pump, then the pullback, and then another stage for BTC. Just like in this cycle, around halving, and this is where we are at the moment, around halving. So guys, BTC still have quite a bit of time to pump towards the upside like crazy. Okay, that's it for today, and I wish you have a great day. Peace and love, crypto.